So I found a couple of solutions, I would say, that worked. I tested on almost 5 to 10,000 people. And now I can guarantee and say that in 1 month, I can train anyone to speak in English without a partner, without any, fears. I would guarantee that in 30 days, this can be done. Most of the students come to me, just teach me tenses, then English will come to me. This is the first thing. Most of the people say, if I know tenses, I know my English. I said, okay, is that so? Okay. If I know, if I build my vocabulary, then I know my English. These are few things that are there in them. Give me a couple of sentences, I'll just practice and my English is done. I said, that is not how it is going to happen with me, at least. I am not going to train another parrot.
Somebody wants to improve their English and communication in next 90 days, what is one powerful habit they should start from today?
Where you have to be a pusher. You have to say, what else do I see? There are two colors in this, but they'll only say the yellow one. Until and unless you push them, they don't see that there is another color here. There is another color here. They don't see. They don't see the shape of it. They don't see with what this is made of. There are so many things. Simple. Use order of adjective to describe anything. This is single, so this is your determiner. Your opinion, good or bad. Then your size, age, shape, color, quality, you name it, you can just play around. Then no one can come and say that I don't get words when I'm talking. Most important thing, never be dependent on a teacher.
Okay, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well as well. Feeling a bit sluggish as of now. I think we have to blame the season for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you having a busy day today?
Kind of a little tied up with few meetings and few
Mm.
classes. So yeah,
Of course,
it
it's
was a busy
Monday,
day.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we go ahead, I would love for you to introduce yourself to the viewers watching you.
Okay. I'm Sharon Jane Nicodemus. I have done my MA in English Literature and MA in Psychology. Right now, I'm preparing for my PhD. I'm trying to write the entrance in psychology. Well, if it comes to my experience, I've got 20 plus years of experience. I started my career in corporate and then I started, shifting into training. That's where I found my passion. And in training, I've been almost 14 years. And I would say that it's one beautiful journey that unfolded in front of me. I just love interacting or training with people, helping them, finding solutions for their problems is what I've been doing. And my passion, I would say, spoken English is one zone. I worked on it intensively for almost a year and a half just to understand why it takes, people not, be fluent in English. Whereas in any other language, they're quick. But when it comes to English, it was like their problem area. So I found a couple of solutions, I would say, that worked. I tested on almost 5 to 10,000 people. And now I can guarantee and say that in 1 month, I can train anyone to speak in English without a partner, without any, fears. I would guarantee that in 30 days, this can be done. And there's a lot of work and research behind it. So I've been doing that. I think this is about me, what I've done so far.
That's wonderful, and I think people will be delighted to learn that in 1 month they can be fluent because I see a lot of struggling learners. I'm practicing for years together and still I'm not fluent. That's a constant complaint that I keep receiving. So that's really nice. Good news to them.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. See, when it comes to learning something, we all have an urge to learn.
Yes.
It's only the methods that we use uh, are little different. And we do fail a lot. But what happens in general with students or anyone who's trying to learn English, their biases are so fixed. The
Mm.
psychological barrier is so fixed that, it is difficult for a teacher to cross that.
Yes.
It is so difficult to make them believe that they can do it. To show them a result is the difficult task what everyone around is going through. So psychology has helped me understand what happens when, you're trying to learn something. I've used both. I've used my psychological experience into my training. That helped me get deeper and try to, connect with my client or my student to get them what they're looking for, is what I've maximally tried my level best, I would say. And I have seen a lot of results. But what happens is when it comes to working people, they do not have enough time. There are a lot of work pressures that they have to go through. So practice for them is really very difficult. So, as we are trainers, we have to keep in mind that when someone is getting trained under us, it is their maximum benefit we have to think about. So I really had to get into their shoes, what is best for them, how quickly they can see a result. If there is no result, even I wouldn't get into something, if it is not working out for me, as practical as it can be. So I really worked. I've worked with a lot of institutions also where I've seen their teaching patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And what worked for them, what did not work for them was something that helped me, you know, find that niche that I was looking for, helped me to solve the major problem what people were facing. It has to be very easy. It has to be something people are familiar with,
Yes.
is what, I was working on that. And the solutions were really something, the kind of testments I get from my students is really, something that, okay, they got it, they're doing it, they're happy, they achieved something. So that gives me pride, that gives me happiness, that at least in few people's life I've done something. My
Yes.
giving back to the society is through my teaching or through my training, and it feels fulfilled. It feels really like you're getting an Oscar award, saying that when someone gives you feedback, you really think that, okay, my hard work has paid off. At least what I was expecting that it would do, it actually did that. My
Mm.
experiment didn't fail, is what I have, you know, got the
Definitely.
result out of.
Yes, yes, that's so rewarding and so wholesome to hear that you are enjoying this career. So that was
Yes.
my first question. You've been in this training space for more than 20 years. Like, what inspired you to start this journey? Was there some particular situation or a person, somebody who you look up to or you wanted to help? What inspired you to start this journey? And eventually you created this platform called as Angel Speech, right? So what motivated you?
Yes. When I joined as a English tutor or a trainer, I worked under a lot of institutions, the spoken English institutions. So there I found that people were really struggling,
Mm.
and there was no solid structure or there was no solid solution. Probably I'm not into that mindset of making money. For
Okay.
me, if there is a problem, I need to get to the solution. If someone is not able to do something, there should be some reason behind it,
Listen,
why
true.
they're not able to achieve that. So that always used to trigger me a lot. And so definitely when money was not a factor for me,
Mm.
I started digging deeper. I started thinking, okay, why can't I? come up with something that should make lives easier.
Yes.
Because without English, you do not get a decent job, you do not get a decent pay. So that is so important for us. It's, I mean, something like a survival for most of the people. So that was when I started working on how I can make people comfortable with English. I have to take out that fear from their heart that it's as easy as learning any other regional language. Say, if I am speaking Hindi, I can easily adapt to Telugu or to
Yes.
Kannada or to Malayalam. I should be able to do that, and we actually do it.
Yes.
We actually learn these languages, which are supposed to be very difficult than English.
True.
Very, very difficult when it comes to pronunciation or the grammar part. It is difficult. There are so many things that are there, but we learn it like so easy. I mean, it's like the transition is so smooth. When they're trying, they're not scared. When they are trying, they're not judging themselves. They're just doing it. But when
Mm.
it comes to English, 99% of the times, they want everything to be correct. And
Mm.
that is where the learning stops. That is where you cannot put another step. Most of the students come to me, just teach me tenses, then English will come to me. This is the first thing. Most of the people say, if I know tenses, I know my English. I said, okay, is that so? Okay. If I know, if I build my vocabulary, then
Mm.
I know my English. These are few things that are there in them. Give me a couple of sentences, I'll just practice and my English is done. I said, that is not how it is going to happen with me, at least. I am not going to train another parrot, is what I thought. I am not going to give anything to mug up. I mean, this
Mm.
is a beautiful part. God gave you brains,
Yes.
and we really have to use it. And for me, I mean, without science, probably I wouldn't connect
Mm.
uh, with what is happening. So I always tell them that you have to use your brains. And that was my turning point to work on this as a project. For 1.5 years precise, I really experimented. I have done so much of research, so much of data. Then I made something so simple that anybody, literally anybody can talk. I'll give you an example. There was a Korean lady whom I had to tutor.
Mm.
Our bridge was no language.
Yeah.
No language, because she doesn't know English. She only knows Korean language, and I do not know that language. So there was nothing. But in a month, I taught her, and till date we are in touch. She is in Korea right now, but still she keeps interacting with me. With her, I would say that I had to really get to the core of it. How am I supposed to teach them? That made it
Mm.
easy for me to,
Yes.
without any language, without anything, you still can teach people, is what I learned. That was something, uh, out of the blue, it came for us. And it was really, the process was going on, and she was showing me the changes. Then that's where I got confidence. Okay, what I'm doing, what I'm working on is actually working out for me. So now
Mm.
I can say that you come from any background,
True.
you know or you don't know, you have educational background or you don't. Anyone is welcome. Any age group is welcome. I mean, if you just have the zeal to learn, come to me, leave all your fears to me. I will transform, is what I tell them. Because that is what I've been doing. Age, fear, judgment, these are the three things people really are into a shell
True.
right now. They
Yes.
can't come out. They literally can't come out. So these are the things that help me.
I can only imagine how you were able to do it without any common language in between. I think it would be an eye-opening experience for you also, learning experience. Like
Yes.
you're going to teach somebody who you like, almost you both are maybe using sign language or something. I don't know how you did that. I can only imagine.
I can give you the secret. I started using pictures.
Ah,
I
oh, yes.
connected with the visual learning.
True.
I started with the visual learning, then I moved into the auditory part. So,
Ah,
as I told you, psychology has
yes.
actually helped me. Big time, it helped me because the learning styles, how a student learns, that helped me to, okay, this is what I can experiment. And that clicked. And when I showed a picture to her and I asked her to, just tell what she can see, but
Mm,
there is no judgment. I'm not asking her to, think about a topic and then tell me.
mm,
99% of the times people are so scared. When you give them a topic to speak, they
yes.
stop. They just tell that, I don't know, ma'am. I can't even tell one line, one word. But if you give them a picture, it's comfort zone for them because everything is visible.
Yes.
Everything is doable for them. Their brain works with them. That is what made me come up with my kit called Talk Right, where I
Mm.
have 108 cards. It's like your emergency ambulance,
Mm-hmm.
108, you call for emergency. Same way, 108 cards will help you solve your English problem. You just take that kit, you're traveling, you're, in the office, anywhere. Pick one card, sit, and you start speaking. You don't need a partner.
Mm.
You don't need actually anyone. I've made it into such a way that it starts with an easy level, then it goes into intermediate, then it goes into advanced.
Okay. Amazing.
So
Everybody
the
can use
difficult,
it.
oh yes,
Mm.
because they're pictures.
Yes.
So it makes your life so easy. And now I've even included the words because for few people, the vocabulary,
Mm.
is something they really want to work on. So in the intermediate to advanced level, I started putting words, start using them. So for any kind of student, this kit becomes their, you know, like a holy grail. They take it, they can
Mm.
travel with it. And it is so easy. You don't have to expect someone to correct you or anything. This was way back in like 2008 and 9. I started
Oh,
doing this.
okay. Wow.
There was no AI. Now I would say that after AI, you are like saved. You're
Yes.
really safe. So
True.
during that time, definitely that kind of trick helped a lot of people. I've
Mm.
seen a tremendous shift of confidence of the way they were able to at least simple basic sentence structures they were able to use it on their own, and it felt good, satisfying for me because they started using their mind.
Mm.
They
Right.
didn't have to mug up the whole thing. Not required. You go with the flow kind of thing. So that helped.
Yes, and now we have so much access to technology, and people have internet, they have YouTube to learn a lot of things. So, what advice would you give to self-learners of this generation or this era?
Use it as much as you can.
Mm.
YouTube and your AI combined.
Yes,
It's like such a strong weapon, I would say, that it'll help you improve a lot.
true.
I mean, you don't even have to spend a single penny to learn something. At your comfort, at just one command or a prompt, the whole thing is designed for you in such a way that you practice. But over here, consistency is something
Mm.
that is required, which most people lack.
Yes.
Because initially when they come with so much of zeal and enthusiasm that I'm not going to miss a day, but then I see what happens
Yes.
every day. If we can just take out 5 minutes, not more than that,
Mm.
just 5 minutes a day every day for next 21 days till it becomes a habit for you, you start practicing You just talk.
Hmm.
I mean, there are so many things that are there. We don't need a question. We don't need a topic. Just pick up one word and then you start talking whatever you know about it. If I say laptop,
Mm-hmm.
whatever I know about it, at least 20 points I can get. So I
Hmm.
start talking.
Talking.
After that, I have to redo the topic with a more, you know, a better version of it.
Hmm.
Probably if you can record yourself, that is an added advantage. Most of us don't listen to our own voice or the output, how it comes. How
Yes.
is my tone? What is my clarity? They don't work on it. People just come, I want to speak. Correct, you want to speak. But then for every language, there is a style, there is a pattern that you have to know. Most people do not know that. They're not aware of it. And if I have to do a search also, at least I have to be educated about what I'm searching. That is where people are lacking.
Hmm.
There is so much of free data. There are so many people, they are teaching beautiful stuff, but we don't know how to get to them. We don't know how to, have a plan where all these things are included. So awareness and consistency both are very important for anyone who wants to practice.
Yes.
Consistency every day, 5 minutes, I think that's a doable task.
Yes.
I'm not looking for an hour, but at least 5 minutes is a doable task. Then you start checking yourself. There are so
Hmm.
many free apps that tells you, like Duolingo will help you with your pronunciation
Right.
mostly.
Hmm.
It might not give you the grammar part, but at least few of it can correct, and that's a beginning point.
Yes.
The same thing, if whatever you're speaking, just put it in ChatGPT, it might
Hmm.
correct everything and give it to you. These are few steps that helps you if you want to learn.
Yes.
If you don't want to, then there's nothing that anyone can do. No one can teach you. But if you really want to, then these are few tips that will definitely help.
Hmm. That's so true. Definitely, I totally relate to whatever you say. Consistency, I think, is the biggest challenge for learners these days. I mean, there are so many reasons for not being consistent, right? I don't have time, I don't have motivation, I'm not seeing the results, and they end up something comes up in the family, and they break the chain, and it's so difficult to get back to doing it again.
Yes. One thing I would say is they compare with wrong people.
Mm, true.
If I'm at a level zero and I am comparing myself with a level five guy, I wouldn't be able to match that guy ever.
Yes.
And that is what happens everywhere. When they come to the class, they say, I want to be like you. I said, if you want to be like me, then it takes years
Yes.
of, years of journey that you have to go through. And that cannot happen. So I tell them that if today you are at one sentence per day, if
Hmm.
tomorrow you are doing two or three, then you are on the track. Do not compare with anyone. But if you are comparing, then compare at your level. Then, failure makes sense to you.
Yes.
Then at least you'll be able to continue doing something. If you're comparing here and you're here, one failure, your whole motto is gone. Your confidence is gone. You're too shattered to get back again. And that is what most of the people do. I mean, that was the common problem that I have seen when
Hmm.
I was, training so many people. I've come across. Everyone says that they're really good, but you have not seen how their journey was, what they have done to achieve it.
Yes. Yes.
So it definitely, comparison spoils the whole show for you. But if you do, then just compare to your level. That
Yes.
saves.
Yes. Compare yourself to what you were yesterday. You are your biggest competition. You just have to keep
Yes.
improving. And you told like in
Oh,
30
yes.
days you can guarantee fluency, right? So let me widen it a little more. If somebody wants to improve their English and communication in next 90 days, what is one
Mhm.
powerful habit they should start from today?
One powerful habit is they have to start recording themselves.
Hmm.
They have to start speaking
Yes.
whatever they can see, whatever they can hear, or any word, anything that just ignites that feeling that I can do it. I'm able to do it. Every day you start seeing a change in it. But if you're consistent,
Yes.
today I did it and then next week I'm doing it. Sorry, that will not show anything. But if you're consistent, I promise that you definitely learn from every day's mistake. Today you have done this, then tomorrow you'll do this. You will start seeing a change in yourself. You will start seeing something that you are good at. One thing, if you can find out that you're good at, that is a pusher for the second day. For next 90 days, use the prep method.
Hmm.
You know, pick up any topic. You start with your point.
Okay.
You give a reason for it. You give an explanation for it. And then you go back to your point. It definitely helps.
Hmm.
For 90 days, just follow one technique. If not prep, you can just go with the visualization. Simple. Pick up any image from internet and then you start looking at it. You know, we are very superficial. I'll give you a good example. Okay. You can see this.
Yes.
If I ask you to describe this, like a layman, if we do it, people will just see the prominent things, color
Hmm.
and fan.
Yes.
And they say over. They don't go beyond it. There are so many other things that you can actually see, but they don't go beyond it. Now, that is where you have to be a pusher. You have to say, what else do I see? There are two colors in this, but they'll only say the yellow one.
Hmm.
Until and unless you push them, they don't see that there is another color here. There is another color here. They don't see. They don't see the shape of it. They don't see with what this is made of. There are so many things. Simple. Use order of adjective to describe anything. This is single, so this is your determiner. Your opinion, good or bad. Then your size, age, shape, color, quality. You name it, you can just play around. Then no one can come and say that I don't get words when I'm talking. You know, they say we don't get
Yes.
words. We stop. I said, when you don't think, definitely you will stop. If you start thinking, then there is like the flow goes on. You start experimenting more. But we don't. When we say visual, people just look at one time and I'm done. How am I going to get at least 20 to 30 for this? Can I do it?
Hmm.
That's where they have to start pushing themselves. So visual also it's just a technique that you have to
Hmm.
know how to use it.
Yes,
When
that's
you pick
true.
up any method
Hmm.
that you want to practice, know about it thoroughly. How you're going to do it, what are your pitfalls, where are you going to stop? And if you're going to stop there, how am I going to find the reason and move forward? And once that whole plan is ready, then you take your 90 days challenge and you start working. No one can stop you. The fluency happens automatically. Everyone says read newspaper, you will get good knowledge about English, you will learn words or you speak good, watch movies, listen to songs. They do it,
Hmm.
but they don't connect with it. So when they don't connect with it, they will not be able to go forward with it. Because again, the fear of judgment comes.
Yes.
They're so scared. What will people think? What if I don't get? What if I fail? Failure is like a big mountain for them,
True.
a huge mountain which they don't want to cross. They come and tell you, ma'am, what if I fail? What if people laugh? What if people take out a mistake? I say,
Yes.
let them do it. Accept that. If someone is pointing this is wrong,
Yes.
say, thank you. That's a learning for me. Probably next time I wouldn't do it. But people are very stubborn when it comes to a comment from the loved one. If a stranger gives, to some extent they can take it. But if a loved one, a friend, a relative, a brother or sister, anyone, and they just don't take it. So you have to be open to
Yes.
all the feedback that you get. The more feedback, the better it is. And these things are what helps you to learn. We all fail. It's that, they expect us to be so perfect that you
Mm.
can never make mistakes. But we know we are still practicing. I still practice. I tell myself, I'm not good enough. I'm not better enough. I'm not using good words, or, my communication is not so good. When I look at other people, I still think I'm at level zero.
Yes.
But that is not stopping us. We are pushing ourselves every day. We are learning. We have a planner. We have a practice cycle that we do. But for all the people who are trying to get into this, the first thing is accept maximum criticism.
Mm.
Today, someone is laughing at you. Tomorrow, they'll give you a praise too. It's just the time difference that you have to have that patience. And if you have that, then there is no looking.
That's true. Wow, that it was so enlightening, awakening even for me as well. Because you shared so many insights from your experience, and of course you have like 2 decades of experience, and it's going to be really informative to my viewers. You already gave one advice to the learners, that is keep your mind open to criticism or to feedback. Take it, apply it. It's as simple as that. But I think people are, they get offended very easily. If you think it is genuine, take it, work on yourself, and I bet you're not going to make the same mistake later. It happened with me as well. When somebody laughed at my pronunciation, I corrected it and I've never made the same mistake again. So just take it and work on yourself. So, any other
Yes.
pieces of advice to the learners before we wind up? We just have only 5 minutes. It just went in a jiffy. I didn't even realize we spoke for so long. So, any other advice before we wrap up?
I would say that be a child. If you have a child-like mentality, you would learn anything very easily. Because when a child is learning, his focus is only on learning.
Yes.
They are not diverted, and they are like always on their toes. I have to learn this. I have to learn this. The hunger to learn, the eagerness to feed your mind with as much info as you can. If you have that attitude, then definitely you will find people who will help you. You will find technology helping you. Everything
Hmm.
else will become positive if that one thought is positive in you. It's just that we're always there. They can, ask us any questions, and at any given point of time, you will definitely get a solution for it. We just have to ask.
Yes.
You should not shy away from asking.
Yes.
That is the only thing I suggest everyone, because that helps. Even I am of that nature. No matter what, how many years of experience I have, I'm still a learner. I still get up and I still search in the morning. What good can I learn today? What new thing can I learn today is what I always check. So you have to have a habit of checking what new thing you learned in a given day. Before you sleep, just have a recap. What new thing, what new word, what new technique did I learn today? And that's it. you're good.
Yes. I have learned these two techniques, like you told, the prep technique and then the how to describe the object. As you rightly said, people will just see, maybe they'll give 2 or 3 sentences max, but then you told what it is made up of, is it good or not, your opinion sharing. So you can go as deep as you can. You just have to be curious for learning and keep
Yes.
improving every single day.
Most important thing, never be dependent on a teacher. Never. Now, why? Because you expect them to spoon feed you.
Yes. True.
So that stops your thinking. When I ask them to look, they say two. Okay, डन मैम, इतना आ गया, मतलब इतना नहीं होगा. आप 10 पहुंचने तक आप बिल्कुल बोलोगे नहीं कि हो गया है. When they come to 10, I said, see, from 2 you move to 10, now move to 12. So do not expect that someone will come and give it to you in a silver platter. You really have to work. You really have to look. You really have to listen. Then you see the magic happen. Then you see that, yes, everything else is working out because you've actually put in the effort. All these things are effort oriented and your will. Hope they all
Yes.
liked what I shared today. And they start experimenting anytime you need any help. I'm always there.
Thank you so much for such an enlightening session. I really appreciate you joining me today. It was wonderful. And I hope people apply whatever you have told, not just watch, listen, and leave it here. Kindly apply, and you're definitely going to improve. So, thank you so much. And you just leave me your contact details so that I'll use it in the description. And if people want to reach out to such a wonderful mentor, they will. So, thank you again.
Thank you. It was very pleasant that you approached, and it was a great conversation. It was lovely. Meeting a like minded person was a lovely thing.
Thank you so much for the
Thank you.
compliment. So, you have a good day. Take care. Bye bye.
You, bye bye.